15 months. And if I were to go to workfromnohome.com, and if I was to type in /members area, you'll see something like this. Now this is a membership site member area, and I will be talking about membership sites tomorrow, right? Now one of the things you notice over here is that this is the members area, and all the content is over here. Now if I were to go to more websites, for example, in 2013, I launched ClickBank #1 for John Chow, who's one of the biggest bloggers in the world. And he has a product called Blogging with John Chow. And it's also a membership site. And if I were to go to this website, you'll see that Blogging with John Chow works the same way. All the products, the members area is over here. And it is at .com/members area, same as Work from No Home. Workfromnohome.com/members area. If I were to go to another site, the site that I launched with Alex Mendozian, one of the biggest internet marketers in the world, right? It's called membership sites blueprint.com/members area as well. So over here, what I want to show you is that what you're learning over here is not theory. It's only stuff that I do in my business. All right. If I were to go to other sites, like I've launched another ClickBank #1 with Shoe Money, right? And he's one of the biggest internet marketers in the world. He's deemed as the most influential person on the internet. This is the person that started selling downloadable ringtones on the internet, right? 15 years ago. You know, when buying ringtones was a big thing, about 10 plus years ago, this was the first person that ever started that trend 15 years ago. Right? Now, one of the things you see over here is, again, it's at the website name .com/members area, right? And like another product, for example, Farmville Secrets. This product did $1.3 million in sales under 8 months. If I were to go to the website name .com/members area, you'll see that this product is also over here. This is an ebook, and if I wanted to download this file, I'll just click on this thing right now. You can see it's downloading right now. So even a product that did $1.3 million in sales, this page is not secure. It is still at /members area. The only difference between your page and my page is that instead of calling it member, I call it members area. I just call it differently, right? But it's the same thing. So I hope that this will show you how real this thing is, that all our products, including the biggest marketers in the world, there's nothing fancy to it. It's just simple members area, and I hope this is how big a wide eye-opener this can be. That even websites that has generated multi-millions of dollars in sales, it all operates through this same thing. The same thing that you have right now. And what I'd like to show you briefly as well, like tomorrow when we talk about members area, you'll see that all these different membership sites, it is all based upon the same system that you're using right now, right? Don't let the simplicity of it all fool you, right? It is all run on the same system that you have right now. So if I were to go to Work from No Home, the members area, you notice all the skills that you've been learning in the last 1.5 days, and we'll be talking about this tomorrow and linking all together. It all comes down to this. My whole members area is also run on the same system that you have right now. All right. So this is really not theory, right? All these websites. If I told you how much this website, one website alone has made, I can promise you, you will not believe me. This website itself is a ClickBank #1 for nearly 15 months, right? And it's running on the same system that you have right now. So really understand that what you are learning right now and what you're learning this whole 3-day course is really not theory. And what I want you to really think of and remember is this. When it comes to internet marketing, you always want to focus on the big picture. What does that mean? What is the big picture? The big picture means focus on getting more sales, focus on driving more traffic, Focus on getting more people to your website. Focus on the marketing. Don't focus on activities that don't really help you make money. Some activities like fighting piracy, right? I know of people whereby they start making $3,000 a month. After that, they get upset because they see their products being leaked on the internet. And then after that, they're in this constant battle trying to fight these different websites out there and getting them to take their products down. Now let me tell you this, that is an activity, that is a war which you cannot win. Because these pirates, if you take down one website, 2 other websites will come up sharing your product. And all those websites which you saw just now, all those which are ClickBank number ones, I can guarantee you, if you look online, there are tons of these products out there for free. Now let me show you again, right? If I were to go online and if I typed in work from no home, now let me just go to Google so that they can show you the search result. If I were to go to google.com and I type in work from no home, right? And I can type in something like free or torrent or Pirate Bay and all these different things, right? I can type in, for example, torrent, right? Now all these, take a look at all these different results over here. What I'm trying to show you is that if I were to type in whatever product name that I have with the word torrent, there's got 50 million results. Take a look at that. 50 million results. What I want to show you, if I were to type in something like membership sites blueprint. Now this is another product which is equipment of one, right? There is so many torrent links, blacktorrents.com, linking to all these different products. About 609,000 results. Do you think I'm going to waste my energy and go to each of these websites and file a lawyer's letter with them saying you need to take this website down because it's infringing my copyright? Spending time, spending money, hiring lawyers and resources, going to each website, taking them down one by one. No, I'm not going to do that. Don't make the same mistake as other people. Right? They're so caught up in fighting piracy and all these things. Now let me tell you this. If you see your product being leaked out on the internet, that's actually good news. Why? It means that you're seeing some sort of results and you're actually making money with your website. Most people don't even have this problem. So don't worry about problems like this. Again, focus on the big picture. What is the big picture? Focus on getting more traffic and marketing your website. Alright? So turn to the person next to you, give him a high five and say, focus on the big picture.
Tập trung vào kiếm tiền.
Alright. Now one more thing that I would like to show you as well. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to I want to show you something that's behind the scenes, right? Now, when you created this offer page, one of the things you notice is this, is that the digital products I sell, it has a money back guarantee, right? It says that if you don't like the product, you have 60 days to get it back, and you'll get a full refund. Now, this is one thing that increases the conversions. Conversions meaning, out of 100 people that buy, what is the percentage of people that actually buy? By having a money back guarantee, no questions asked, there will be more people who actually buy than the amount of people who take advantage of that money back guarantee. Now, whenever I say this, especially in Asia, somehow in Asia people feel scared that this guarantee will be taken advantage of. And here's the funny thing. Out of all the products that I sell online, about 88% of the people are from the US, the UK, and Europe, right? And about 3% is from Asian countries. And here's the funny thing, even though less than 3% are from Asian countries, more than 60% of all my refunds are from Asia. Right? So I want to show you that somehow maybe it's a coincidence, but don't assume that again because you know the culture is that people don't appreciate digital products, that this is happening overseas as well. So I want to show you again to let you see how real it is, and I want to show you behind the scenes how it looks like in my personal email. How many of you would like to see how it looks like?
Oh.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my email account right now. And over here in this folder, now again, we have got all these different folders. And one of the folders that I don't normally show is this folder called refunds. Take a look at that. Right? So I'm just going to open up this refunds folder and just zoom in over here. So again, you can see this refund folder. Now let me ask you this question. What is this number over here? 22,000 emails in refunds. Now take a look at this. Now again, take a look at the dates on the right hand side over here. Notice how every single day I also have refunds coming in. Right? You can see 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And if I were to look at this, right, and you notice that every day, day in, day out, there are refunds. And most of my refunds, they all have, now take a look at this, 22,000, right? Most of my products is about $37. If you multiply 22,000, most of my products is about $37 to about $297 US. If you multiply just $37 by 22,000, how much is that? It's in US dollars. 600,000. I don't know what I think about it, right? 600,000 US dollars in refunds. How much is that in Vietnamese dollar?
12 billion.
12 billion?
Yep.
12 billion. Right, 12 billion dong in refunds. Now if I want to look at all these emails, take a look at this. Take a look at this. I even have, where is this? I saw his name just now. Look at this. I even have a customer from Vietnam. Look at this. So I hope he's not in the room right now. What I'm trying to say is this. Now what I want to show is this, right? If I were to keep going back and look at all these different emails, one of the things you'll notice is this is part and parcel of business, right? And if I were to look at all these different products, you'll notice it happens every single day. And there will be people who will definitely take advantage of this. Now I want to show you something. Take a look at this. I know it's really very, very small, right? Now on August 18, take a look at this. August 18 over here. You'll notice that on August 18 over here, this is August 18, notice this person. His name is Aletta Bats. I know it's very, very small. But if you can see, you'll see that Aletta Bats bought not just one product, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. Let me see if there's any more from this person. 11 and 12. This person bought from me 12 times for 12 different products, and on the same day refunded all of these products. Now, take a look at this. So this person probably refunded a lot of money, right? But let me ask you this, like for me, do you think I'm going to talk to each person and say, you know, do you think I'm going to waste my time doing this?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, I'm not. Why? Because even though there's over, what, 12 billion dong in refunds, I focus on the big picture because I know that this is less than 3% of what I'm doing. right? So again, yes, I can probably save some money here, but if I spend my resources trying to save money here, I'll be losing out in the big picture, which is the marketing and getting more revenue for the websites. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So this is why it's so important to just focus on the big picture. All right. So right now in this session, what we're going to do is we are going to go back to this and we are going to do this soft launch. And during this soft launch, what needs to happen is this. Again, we want to make sure if our flow is complete. And what I mean by a flow is this. From the time the person comes, again, I'm just going to put it up here. From the time a person comes to our offer page, the next thing that needs to happen is the offer page needs to have a PayPal button. After clicking on a PayPal button, taking out the credit card, making payment, the next thing that needs to happen is that they need to be taken to a page. That's right. They need to be automatically be taken to a page. And on the member page, they finally need to be able to do one thing, which is to be able to download their product. Right? So this is the flow. And this is what we want to be testing out to see if it's done correctly. Alright? And to see if this is operational, here's what needs to happen. Alright? We are going to get into groups of 3 people. How many people, please?
3.
Thank you. 3 people. And there's going to be 3 people like this. And we want to test if what we have done so far is correct. And most of the time, whenever we do it ourselves, we're usually caught up in a blind spot. We can't really see what's happening if we are always in one perspective. And that is why it's important. This is one of the reasons why people get coaches in life. Right? If you look at the top people in the world, it could be people who are best at what they do. Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan. The people who are at the peak, no matter how good they are, they will all have coaches. Why? Because coaches can tell them from a different perspective in third person. And that's what we're doing right now. We're getting you in groups of 3. And right now what's going to happen is in your groups of 3, the first thing is you are going to write down your website name in a piece of paper. And once you write down your website name in a piece of paper, you are going to hand it off to your next partner. Partner B. Partner B will do the same thing for partner C, and partner C will do the same thing for partner A. And what's going to happen is when you go to your partner's website, you can't tell your partner what to do. You're going to take it as though it's the real thing. In the real thing, when the person comes to your website, you can't be telling the person over the computer, you need to be clicking on this. Right? It needs to happen naturally. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to pass it off to your partner. Now, there's a couple of reasons why we're doing this. Okay, what's going to happen after that? So your partner is going to actually go on your offer page. They're actually going to go on PayPal. Now, what's going to happen after that as well is this. Your partner is actually going to spend $1 on your website. How many of you here are willing to spend $1 to see someone else's success? Show of hands. Okay, thank you. So this is where this is where you actually take out. This is where you actually take out your credit card, pay that $1 to see if you're automatically taken to the member page. Right? Very important. Now before we do this, a couple of things. Please have your lips closed. Please have your lips closed. Please have your lips closed. Now before we do this, a couple of reasons why we want to do this. Number 1 is we want to see if your business is operational. Now this is very important. Now with every business, even like a restaurant business, before they open to public, it's very normal that a restaurant business call their friends and family over first to try out the food. Right? The next thing is this. It's going to be a lot less embarrassing if you fail in this room than if you will fail outside of this room, right? So we want to test it over here first. The next reason why we're doing this is because you're going to get critical feedback on this whole process. I can guarantee you when someone else does it for you, you'll be able to see many things. Number one, you'll be able to see if your whole thing works smoothly, and you'll be able to see how PayPal works. Now again, I'll be talking about how PayPal works after this exercise. What are their processing fees? What are their charges? How to withdraw money from your bank account? How to link it to your Vietnamese bank account from PayPal? How to withdraw money? We'll talk about that after. But before we go into that, right? One of the things, whenever I look at my business, and I look at one of the most powerful moments in my business, I know that one of my biggest turning points was when I actually saw the transaction come into my PayPal account. And I want to show you guys something. Let me show you something. I want to show you something that's very personal for me. And it is this one email. And this email is this email from PayPal in 2007 for just $7. What do you think this email is?
First sale.
First mail.
This email is the email that I received at 6:30 in the morning by this person called Elaine Kalb for my product called the Warcraft Guide. And this product, even though it was just $7, this person changed my life. Right? $7 was a life changer for me. And even till today, I've emailed him at this email before, but he didn't reply me. I wanted to tell him and meet him in person that this one email changed my life. And I remember when I received this email for just $7, one of the reasons why it really stuck in my mind was really because I celebrated that moment. When that email came in, I remember shouting, yes, right? And I asked my mom to come over, and I was just so happy. Now, one of the things that I would like to share with you is that you want to be celebrating your wins in life, right? And if you see that transaction come in, right, just give somebody a high five and just celebrate that moment. Because what I want you to see is to see how real this moment can be and how much of a life changer it can be. Even though it's $7, even though it's just $1, it's not the matter of the amount. It's that you want to see if you've managed to close the loop. And closing the loop is this thing, right? This is called closing the loop. A process that people spend years to figure out, and even after spending years on it, they still have not closed the loop, right? And that's really the most important thing, because let me tell you this story. You know, in 1963, it was known to man that it was impossible to run 1 mile in under 4 minutes. Impossible. Research has shown that, and scientists has came up with studies that based on the human psychology, based on our bone structure, it is not possible to run 1 mile under 4 minutes. Now, one man, his name is Roger Bannister. He was the first person ever, 1963, to run 1 mile under 4 minutes. And when the announcer announced his time, he said 3